Jerry Yappers. If you clicked on this video, then it means you're a fan of the hit series game Halo Infinite, developed by 343 Studios, backed by Microsoft. If you haven't heard of Microsoft, they're basically this small indie company. They don't have a lot of money, so it's unfortunate as to why this game feels like it's so far behind. They just don't have a lot of money. Microsoft is kind of broke, can't really afford to invest in their biggest IP here, but that's besides the point. If you see the title, this is a Halo Infinite wish list. I came back to Halo recently. Just to give you some context, I played Halo Infinite back when it dropped. Didn't play the campaign for the longest time. Actually got done with the campaign a few months ago. I don't plan on reviewing it just because I feel like there's just not much to review. The campaign was pretty lackluster to me, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about things I would like to see added into the game, and we'll get into that eventually. Let me just get the intro through here. Yeah, man, Halo Infinite launched in November of 2021, and it was pretty good, man. Like, the gameplay is pretty solid. There wasn't that much on the game to start with. They didn't have the fancy forge that they do now. They didn't have a lot of maps like they do now. They didn't have as many guns as they do now. Granted, I think the only thing they've added gun-wise is the DMR, though, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Bandit. And that'll be a big topic of my rant here, or wish list rather. I'd like to see them add some more weapons, but let's compare it from when it launched to now, right? So when it launched, there was no customization. They didn't have a lot of armor pieces out yet, which is to be expected because it's a brand new game. The armor cores were a lot shittier because the helmets were specific to the set or the core that it was on. Same with shoulders. If you don't know, they separated it so you can put any helmet on any armor core. Same with shoulder pieces. You can put them on any armor core. And I actually like it. I didn't really like the idea of armor cores at first. But coming back to it and having a lot of stuff unlocked for each of them, it's actually pretty cool to see your armor cores next to each other, and you have a bunch of different sets of cool armor just available to switch to, instead of just one that you mess around with constantly. It's just cool to see them all on the rack. So that is something I learned to actually enjoy about the game. But that's just a small piece of the pie, right? This is a large game, a much bigger game than its cosmetic. Halo has been around forever. Halo helped define first-person shooters. It really helped, just reinvent that console shooter formula that we all know and love. I play it on PC. I know that's kind of a mute point here, but just thought you guys should know that. So, yeah, let's get into the wish list, man. Let's get into the wish list. I'll take a quick break here. Just a quick break. Pull up my notes and then see what we're working with here. Okay? All right. Okay, so very first topic, guys, the guns. We need to talk about the gun situation in Halo Infinite. I got to be honest with you. They added the Bandit, and that's mainly what's carrying me through this game. I love using the Bandit. It's really rewarding to use. If you hit all 5 shots and you get the kill, it just feels so rewarding. Same with the BR, man. BR's been in, but BR is just such a classic weapon. The battle rifle feels very rewarding to land the 4 shots to get a kill. I think they did a really good job with the assault rifle in this game. Pretty good job. It's pretty deadly in mid-range there. The pistol's really good. I can't complain about the pistol. What I don't like is the storm rifle, or whatever it's called, the fucking plasma rifle wannabe, like the quad burst one. I get that its gimmick is to melt shields or whatever, but I just don't think it's that good. I don't think the heat gun is that good either. I mean, I know it is good and it can be good, but it's just such a pain in the ass to use. The Mauler I started picking up recently. It's okay. It's all right. Does the job. Plasma pistol I almost never pick up, ever. It's just not that great. What else is there? The shock rifle's pretty decent. The shock rifle's one of the newer weapons that's actually good. The disruptor isn't Disruptor is just weird, right? It's weird because it's like a disable. It acts as like a vehicle disabler mostly. I don't really often try to use it to melt shields just because I feel like there's just better options. What am I missing? The sniper. Sniper's classic sniper. Sniper's goated in this game. Very fun, very rewarding to use. Rocket launcher's overpowered as usual, but that's fine. It doesn't come with a lot of ammo. And then we got what? Grav Hammer, Energy Sword. Both are very good power weapons. Very strong. And that's about it as far as weapon goes, right? We got the DMR, and that was the newest thing they added, and it took them a couple years to do it. So let's talk about some of the guns they could add in the future, right? Seeing as how they... Oh, and there's the Commando, right? And they just buffed it with the most recent patch. And it's actually pretty decent. I actually really like it. Not too bad, man. Not too bad at all. Sorry if there's a weapon I'm forgetting, but if I'm forgetting it, then it must not be that memorable. But I'm pretty sure I got everything. But yeah, let's talk about some weapons that we could see in the game. You know, they took inspiration from Halo Reach with this DMR. It's very clear in the design that it plays very similarly to the DMR that was used in Halo Reach. And that might be a huge part of why I like it, man. I think this is honestly a great add to the roster of weapons in Halo Reach. Oh, the shotgun, guys. The shotgun. The shotgun's okay. Here's what I'll say about the shotgun. I just miss the old Halo shotgun, you know? It was a lot meatier sounding. It was more raw, more fucking... There was so much more punch in it. This new one just feels lackluster and uninspired, but it's decent, I guess. It's decent. It does the job, I guess. But yeah, let's see. I'd like to see them add the SMG from Halo 2 or some sort of SMG in general, right? Not necessarily saying you have to add the dual wield function, although it could be cool in this game. It might be hard to balance, though. I'm not sure how that would work out, but maybe I'd like to see a Kimbo or dual wield return. You know, kind of like in the old days, how you could dual wield SMG and plasma pistol, SMG and plasma rifle was pretty good. Dual SMGs, needler SMG, 2 needlers, you know, anything your heart desired. One of my personal favorites was the Magnum pistol with the SMG, but not saying they have to add, you know, dual wielding per se, but I'd like to see an SMG return, like a good bullet SMG, you know what I mean? I'd like to see the plasma rifle return. You know, the blue classic plasma rifle or even the red brute one. I just like to see it at some point, man. Bring the shit back. I don't know why they ever got rid of it. They brought the plasma pistol back. I don't see why the plasma rifle can't come back. Another gun I'd like to see is the brute. Listen, the blue... what's it called? The fucking launcher, man. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, the brute shot. I'd love to see the brute shot come back just because it was such an interesting and unique weapon. I really feel like it could fit right at home here in this game. But, you know, it's really... I guess why the reason they probably don't add this stuff is because, you know, they're trying to make... they're trying to center it around this Halo's timeline, I guess, right? So all the weapons you see in-game is stuff that's being used in the lore or whatever, which is okay. But, you know, I just love to see some more stuff, man. Like, bring the fucking needle rifle back from Halo Reach, man. Please bring the needle rifle back. That was one of my favorite fucking weapons ever to use, dude. And it was so good. It was so cool just so cool. Such a fucking cool, unique weapon, man. I don't know why they should just bring it back. Same with the plasma carbine, like the Covenant version of a DMR or the BR from like Halo 2 and 3. Don't know why that's gone. I'd love to see that return. Love to see that return. You know, that was one of my favorite guns to use in the older Halos. It just hit pretty hard, man. Hit pretty hard, pretty fun to use, pretty accurate if you're pretty good with it. But here's the biggest one on the list I want to see. Guys, I never played Halo 5, so I don't know if it was in it. But where is the saw from fucking Halo 4? Not like rotary saw or chainsaw, but the saw is in the LMG, bro. The LMG was so sick in Halo 4. And I didn't even like Halo 4 that much, but that gun was so cool and unique, man. I would love to see that gun return. Even Same with the Promethean little blaster there, the one that turns 3 burst or single shot if you zoom in. I'd love to see that thing return too, because that was a very fun gun to use, man. I'd like to be able to use that again, but please bring the saw back at some point, guys. If anyone at 343 or Microsoft is listening, your fan base would really thank you. So yeah, my two biggest, I guess 3 biggest takeaways for new weapons, and then we'll move on to something else, or the next topic I have of my wish list. I'll wrap it up with the new weapons here. I'd just love to see a bullet SMG. I'd love to see a bullet LMG, you know, like the saw from Halo 4 return, and I'd love to see the needle rifle from Reach, dude, because I really feel like those could be iconic in this game. It could also draw a lot of people back that want to use those, that are feeling nostalgic from Reach, right? Because it would just be such a cool fucking thing to do, man. I really feel like that would be a very solid update if they did that. So yeah, that's all I'll say about new weapons. You know, one new gun in 3 years is kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, like, what are they... I forgot to mention the Hydra. I also forgot about this gun. It's like a homing launcher that is good at disabling vehicles. Kind of shitty if you're using it on people, but I mean, that's just how the design is, man. I'd like to see some more guns, man. Even if they're bad, even if they're not what I mentioned, I would just like to see some guns, you know what I mean? Like, please, 343, add some new fucking guns here, man. I guess this isn't really a wish list thing per se, but I'll just mention the progression system they added. I do like the progression system. If you don't know what it is, if you know what the old borders are from Overwatch, I would very much compare it to that because it's very similar. You have rankings that you just fly through, and then once you go through all of them, you get to silver, and then you go through like silver, private, cadet, up to general, and then it keeps resetting almost like a prestige with a fresh border, which is a good change. It's a good change. It's cool to see. You can kind of see how long people have been playing the game, and I think it's a pretty solid change. You know what's funny is I had on here, I'd like to see Tactical Slayer, team swap, but in a ranked environment. And as I wrote that, I saved this on my notepad on my computer to come back to when I eventually made the Halo Infinite wish list. And lo and behold, they ranked Tactical Slayers in the game already. So I've been enjoying that, man. It's been pretty fun. It's pretty try hard though. People are very, very good at this. So I'm kind of getting my ass handed to me a little bit here. But I placed Plat 4 and I'm Plat 6 now, trying to get into Diamond. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, Ranked Tactical Slayer was on my wish list, but they added it. So bravo, 343. I love that shit. Keep it up, man. Okay, let's talk about something else then, man. How about this for wish list, right? How about some maps? Like I'm very happy with the maps that we're getting, right? We are getting a lot of maps. That one in space is pretty cool. Escalation, I think it's called, or Elevation, whatever it is. That's a very cool map. I really enjoy that map. That's a really, really good map. But I just wrote here, I'd like some more maps off Zeta Halo, man. I'm tired of this landscape. I'm tired of loading in, seeing green grass environment with gray pillars, dude. Gray pillars coming out of the ground. I am so tired of this landscape, this setting, whatever you want to call it, this biome. I just don't really think it's all that great, man. Think back to like Halo 3, and you got maps like Guardian, Sand Trap, Snowbound, Epitaph. You know, all these unique settings that are just like, each map is so different looking aesthetically from the next, right? And I wish you would see something like that in Halo Infinite. I know they're mostly community-made maps with the Forge, and I get that. I get that the Forge takes place on Zeta Halo, so there's not really much they can do about it. But come on, 343, dude, give us a different fucking landscape here, man. I am so tired of seeing Zeta Halo maps, man. They look good, right? I like them and they look good, but after playing through the campaign and just seeing all that green, all the grass, all the giant gray pillars, dude, it's so repetitive. It's so repetitive. They need to do something different with the landscape. And as we're talking about maps, I'll just talk about this. When you're loading into a game, why does it not show the name of the map? Like, I cannot even tell you 90% of the map names in this game because it does not say the map name when you load in. And I don't look through the fucking game list beforehand. I just choose what I want to queue and then I queue it, you know? I don't know like any of the map names. Like, please put the map name on the loading screen, dude. I don't know why that's not a thing yet. I don't know how that's not a thing 3 years into the game. And I'm sorry if it sounds like complaining. I guess I kind of am. But you would think, I know I joked Microsoft is a small indie company, right? But it's shit like this that makes you think they actually are, right? Because it's like, guys, 3 whole years. That's close to 1,000 days, probably above too. I'm not mathing right now, but that's like 3 years after your game launches and you cannot tell what the maps are because there's no map on the loading screen. And it's like, dude, like, I'd like to know the map names, you know, so I could tell which ones I like and don't like. It's just crazy that after all this time, that is not a feature. You know, does nobody complain about this? Am I the first person to ever mention this? Because it feels like it. Like, why are more people not complaining about this? I feel like if I get on Halo Reddit or something, or see just like people, like content creators that play Halo, they never mention this. Like, I guess I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm making more of a big deal out of it. Maybe I should go through the game list, but I feel like why does it not say it on the loading screen, man? I just don't get that. I'm not going to go on too long about that. But while we're on the topic of maps, here's what I'll say, man. I would love to see them return to like the Halo 3 voting system or the veto system, specifically with game modes. I get that they compile certain game modes into playlists that you can queue. But, dude, I've been playing squad battle and stuff with my friends, and I would like to just not be able to play capture the flag 400 times in a row. You know what I mean? Like, because I swear it gives you capture the flag more than anything else in the entire game. And I'm just tired of it, man. I'm literally just tired of it. Like, it's getting so old, man. I would love to see the Halo 3 veto system return. And that way they can know what the problematic maps are too, right? At least if you're going to force me onto certain maps and game modes, like, I'm an Overwatch player. If you didn't know listening to this, I'm a big Overwatch player. And the way Overwatch does it is, sure, it forces you on certain maps and game types, right? When you just queue quick play or competitive or whatever. But the thing is the game actually does a very good job at making sure you don't play the same map a lot. And it does a great job at making sure that the game type you play is also diverse too. So you're actually playing a variety of different things as you're queuing, which is a very good feature. You know, say what you want about map picking in Overwatch, but at least they give you a pretty diverse map pool and map. Like, you've never queued the same map twice in a row, like, ever. And that's just a good thing. I wish Halo Infinite was like that, man, because I feel like I've gotten some of the squad battle maps. Like I said, I've been enjoying squad battle. I think it's probably the best. It's a good hybrid between the real tryhardness of 4v4 and the laziness of your teammates and big team battle. It's like it puts it into a nice little tighter game. That's just an overall more fun experience, in my opinion. So I would just like to see, I know they added map variety, like they just did the squad battle refresh, but I'd like to be able to not queue onto the map in the same game mode, the same map, like 4 times in a row. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like that's too much to ask. I would love to just see some more map variety and more game mode variety within the playlists, but, you know, that's what it is. This is all just complaints, I guess, just because I want to see this game do better, man. I would love to see this game do better. I'm really having a ball coming back to it. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the DMR. DMR is very fun to use. I just would love to see them add some map variety too. I'm just having fun with the game, man. So I'm gonna complain about the shit that they should change, and hope somewhere screaming into this void my voice gets heard, and maybe something could happen. That would be cool. So I guess that's really it for maps. You know, I'd love to see more old ones return. Maybe eventually. They should just dissolve the Master Chief Collection completely and add that all to Halo Infinite. I mean, it's called Halo Infinite, for Christ's sake. You should be able to play any Halo infinitely on it. Clever play on words, but honestly, like, that would be sick. So yeah, I'd love to see some more map variety. Love to see some more old maps return, although they are doing a very good job with that. It feels pretty fresh, because we just got that squad battle map from ODST, which is pretty cool. I believe it's from ODST, maybe ODST campaign, but yeah, I'd love to see some more map variety, man. And so I'm probably done with maps here. I'm just going to get into one more topic because I didn't have much on here. And the next topic is the armor cores itself. I think they did a pretty good job with separating the helmets and the shoulders, but I'd love to see just more features with them. You know, I'd love to see, you know, when you're loading in and like you see your 4 squad mates, one's cracking their knuckles, one's like crossing their arms. I'd love to see some new animations with those intros, or just a new way to introduce your guys at the beginning of the match in general, just because, you know, it is 3 years down the road. I still do like it, but it would just be cool if, you know, they added some different animations and poses and stuff. Would just be cool to see. And then as far as equipping armor cores, I would love to be able to just click random, you know, put on a random armor core for me this game. Or maybe assign armor cores to different game types, right? So you have a Slayer armor core, or you have a Capture the Flag armor core, or you have an Oddball armor core. So when that game type is chosen, it'll plot a specific armor core. Again, I'm not a game developer or anything, guys. So I don't know anything about coding or programming. So I don't know if that's actually hard to do, or if it's a tall request. But I would just love to have like a random button at least. I feel like it couldn't be that hard, right? I know you can go in and switch them every match, but I just feel like it would be a cool feature if it was random, you know? Overwatch just added random skins, and it's been like 7 years, and they just added it like a season or two ago. So I would just love to see the same thing for this game, you know? Let me do random. Just let me go random. Or even better yet, imagine if you could have a random armor core with random helmet and random visor and random shoulders equipped and random chest. It just rotates every game. So every time you load into a game, you could see like a potentially new guy with a new color scheme. I don't know. I just think it could be interesting, man. I feel like they could do some more with this. I'm very happy with the customization. This is definitely the best customization we've ever had in Halo Infinite, or not Halo Infinite, but just Halo in general. You know, even Reach didn't get this into customization, and it's just cool to see, man. I really like the armor effects and like the mythic sets and like the weapon sets. And off that, I guess I'd like to see some more cosmetics too, right? I don't remember when they added the bandit, but they added a couple weapon kits for it. I'd love to see some more like different models for it, or weapon kits, or whatever they are. I'm confusing the two right now. I don't remember which is which, but it would just be cool to see some more Kazis, man. I just don't really see where they're what they're doing with this game, I guess. You know, like, where's the direction they're trying to go with it? Like, are they working on the next game? Are they working on, you know, campaign DLC possibly for this game? Because honestly, the way Halo Infinite ended campaign-wise, I could see them putting out a DLC, or, you know, maybe just working on the next title, I guess. But I thought when they advertised Halo Infinite, it was supposed to be like the last Halo. It was supposed to be a live service game, which it is. But I thought this was supposed to be like a Halo that lasted for 10 years, but I guess they might be working on a game. I don't know. I haven't looked too into it. I don't want to say stuff that I don't know for sure, so take that as what you will. But yeah, man, I just love to see those armor cores have some more applicability, or you know, be able to apply them in different spaces. And as far as that, man, I'd say the game is pretty solid. You know, it's Halo. It doesn't have to be this huge, intricate dance between like different gameplay elements or game types. It's just Halo, man. You just load in and shoot your enemy and do the objective. You know, that's what it's always been. They don't need to change it. I think the way the game plays is perfect, man. you know, maybe they add a few more pieces of utility. Like, you know how there's like the grappling hook and like the shroud screen, which is a good addition. I love the shroud screen, by the way. It's like a smoke from Valorant, kind of. It's just a cool feature, man. I really like that. It offers a really cool play style and you know, deniability that you can have on your enemy, right? I'd love to see like maybe armor lock return from Halo Reach or something like that. But just, yeah, give us more utility, man. Give us more utility. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I would love to see them bring back elite armor, man. Like, imagine being able to switch into an elite like the old games. Like, that was so sick. And I get it, the hitbox is different and all, so it's like, okay, then just make elite game types. Like, imagine if you could queue for just like elite Slayer, or it's different based on the season it's in. You know, maybe one season is ranked elites, and then it's ranked Spartans. That would just be so cool, man. It would be so cool and unique to be able to play as elites and have elite armor cores that you could customize, or like even brutes or grunts or something. I always thought it would be cool if there was like a Halo game like Overwatch where you could like queue as Master Chief, queue as Tartarus, Atriox, you know, Johnson, and play in like a FPS style. But that's a whole different topic for a different fucking video. I would never expect them to do anything like that with Halo. You know, the most weird thing they did with it is make Halo Wars, which is pretty good. Still waiting on a Halo Wars 3. I'd love to be able to try out a Halo Wars 3. But that's way off topic. We're just sticking to Halo Infinite right now. And that's all I really have to say about this wish list, man. As I keep thinking of stuff, I might make a wish list part 2. Because you guys here. This video won't be too long. It's not going to be too long. I don't want to drone on too long about this, but that's all I really had in my notes. But I'm thinking of stuff all the time, man. All that goes through my head while I'm working and I'm at work listening to shit is just like what could be different about this game, what could be better. And that's just this game too. I do it with Overwatch. I'm always thinking about games, man. Always thinking about what I can get home and play. And it's just a good time, man. I'm liking Halo Infinite so far, man, but just a couple of the features that they should add, man. You know, give us map variety. Give us a map vote, for fuck's sake. Give me the map names on the loading screen. Give us some new guns, man. Give us some new guns. Give us some Covenant weapons. Give us some banished weapons. Give us any weapons, man. I'd love some more bullet weapons. Give us some more fucking, give us elite armor, guys. Give us elite armor. Or dude, you know, I'd love to see camos like in I'd love to see more weapon camos too, like some mastery camos from Call of Duty, right? Like the dark sky or whatever, or the oblivion camo or whatever it is in this season, like the interstellar or whatever it is, like the reactive camo. That shit would look so cool in Halo, dude. I don't know if they would ever go for something like that, but I really hope they would. That would be so cool. Same with like the color sets. If there's one complaint I have about the color sets, is just that like they're just, a lot of them just aren't it, man. You know what I mean? I just don't like the color scheme they go for on a lot of these, even just like looking through the shop ones and all the ones I don't have, like they're just not, you know. I'd love like a pure black armor set, like pure black, like dark black. Like I know they have like the cinder one that's like black and red, and then they have like a black and gold one, but I would just love a pure blacked out one, because you know they have an all white one, which is cool, but it just sucks you have to buy it, you know. And I guess that's what I'll say too, is the battle pass skins and cosmetics and shit is just not as good compared to the shop stuff, you know. And that's kind of how every live service game is, you know. Overwatch has a bad rep with that too, except Overwatch actually does have some good battle pass skins. So does this game too, but they're just the ones you actually have to pay for outshines completely just most of the battle pass armor, especially battle pass 3 and 4. They were just kind of middle of the road, you know. Not too great, not too bad. Sorry guys, I'm tired. I stayed up way last night, and I had a half day today at work because our job let us off early because the solar eclipse was today. I'll just say the date really quick. It's April 8th, 2024. It's now about 5:30 p.m. as I'm talking. Hung out with some of my family to watch the eclipse go down, and it got covered by some goddamn clouds, so that was pretty disappointing. But we did see it get dark for like 3.5 minutes, and that was really cool. Off topic, but just thought I'd bring it up because it's a once in a lifetime event, man. This shit will never happen again in our lifetime, so it was just cool to see. So I thought I'd mention it really quick. What else? What was I on about before I got off topic there? I can't even remember. Just come on, Halo. Just fucking update some stuff, man. Give me map names. Give me new guns. Give me an elite armor set. Give me elites to kill each other as, and I'll be a happy boy. But overall, for Halo Infinite, they actually do a pretty decent job of giving out currency. So I there was actually about a bunch of cool armor effects I've bought and stuff from the credits that I earned from the battle pass, right? Which is a very good change. Not change, but that's just a good feature to have. But yeah, the shop skins are always better because they want you to pay more money because it's a free-to-play game. So at the end of the day, it's cosmetics, I can't really complain too hard about that because the game itself is free and the game is fun. Say what you want about the cosmetics, but as long as the gameplay is fun, that's all that really matters too, because nobody's going to want to buy shit for a game that's boring, right? And let's just say I'm happy they changed the Battle Pass challenges too, because if you've been playing this since launch, you know how awful the Battle Pass challenges used to be, dude. You used to have to queue like 20 games of Fiesta to get done with the weekly challenges. It was so fucking annoying. So them changing the challenges, very good change. Very good change. And that's all I'm really going to say for Halo Infinite Wishlist, guys. Let me know what you think about this video. I know it's very different. I'll probably do an Overwatch wishlist eventually, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to break up the zombies videos a little bit here. I won't be putting out a video for the rest of the week here. I'm just going to focus on games, and I'll talk a little bit about my experience with South Park in the intro here. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick break, pound of water really quick, and then I will come back and do the outro. Okay, sit tight, sit tight. Okay, so before we do the actual outro, I forgot to mention and talk about a couple weapons here, so I just pulled up the wiki. We'll talk about the skewer. The skewer is the newest one-shot addition to Halo, and I actually really like this gun. They did a really good job with it. It's also pretty good at disabling vehicles. This thing will one-shot Banshees pretty easily. It takes like 2 shots to take out a Warthog and like a couple to take out a Wraith as well, which kind of sucks. But other than that, not too bad. Really fun to use on people themselves too. It always feels amazing when you hit that shot too. Feels so good. Another weapon I'll talk about is the Stalker Rifle. The Stalker Rifle is like the Covenant Sniper kind of. It's kind of like the Beam Rifle, except it's weaker. It can't one-shot headshot. However, it can like 2 or 3-shot headshot, which is pretty good. And it's like you can have super long range across the map too. It's a hit scan shot, so the target connects right away. There's no projectile travel speed, so the Stalker Rifle is actually one of the newer weapons that I rather like. I think it's a pretty good addition to the game. The Ravager. Now this Ravager, I am so indifferent on this thing. I love this thing and I hate this thing at the same time. I think its primary fire is completely fucking useless. I don't think it does anything. It's honestly just cosmetic. I swear to God, it does no damage at all. However, when you charge the Ravager up and treat it like a plasma pistol charge shot, where you switch to a precision weapon after you shoot this, it's very strong, guys. And I started picking this up. I'll drop my assault rifle to pick this thing up and then pull out the pistol to finish them off. Just charge it. It's perfect on those close quarters maps where somebody's rounding the corner. You could just charge this thing up, blast the ground. They start taking a bunch of shield damage at the same time you swap to your gun and shoot them down. It actually works out pretty well, man. So that's all I'll say about that. It used to be a piece of shit. I know they buffed it recently, and I feel like it's a lot better now, man. I feel like it's a lot better. I really enjoy using it now. So that's it for the weapons. And then another thing I'll mention really quick is I'd like to see some new vehicles added, man. I like, where is the Spectre from Halo 2? The mini Wraith little thing? I'd love to see that Covenant thing return. You know, we got the Ghost and the Chopper back, but man, I'd love to see like the Hornets come back, or like a Hornet, or maybe like a drivable Pelican or something would be cool. And just give us some more vehicles, man. The Scorpion like barely spawns ever. You can only get it in like big team battle, which makes sense, I guess. It's not in squad battle. I get the maps probably aren't big enough for it, but you know, give us a new fucking light vehicle, man. Give us something that's like better than a Mongoose, but not as good as a Warthog. Give us like a new Covenant vehicle, or like a new Banished vehicle. Or just something, man. We've been using the same shit forever. Like, I know they have the Wasps on the one map. Let me actually look up what they have vehicle-wise in the game. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's pretty much everything I just mentioned, with the exception of like the Razorback, which is just a faster version of the Warthog with no turret, which I don't know why you would ever get in this thing and try to use it for anything. Like, I just don't understand I guess I just don't understand the purpose of it. Like, sure, you can pile people into it to get to a place fast, but it's like, we're not really doing that, because you're probably so vulnerable. Like, one rocket takes out, you're just feeding a guy an overkill for free if you take this thing with maximum capacity. They did add the Gun Goose, which I actually rather like. I think the Gun Goose is a good addition. Basically just a Mongoose, but with two pretty heavy cannons on the front that actually do a pretty good amount of damage. But yeah, man, I'd just like to see some more vehicles, man. I'd like to see the Spectre return. I'd like to see the Spectre return. If you don't know what it is, it was from Halo 2. It's like a very mini version of the Wraith. It's like a hybrid between a Ghost and a Wraith. It's a little faster than a Wraith, slower than a Ghost. It's got a turret on it, like a normal, just your everyday run-of-the-mill plasma turret. But yeah, man, bring some more vehicles back. And that will do it for my wish list, man. Could add some more stuff in the future. If I add enough to talk about, then I will make another wish list and call it like part 2 or something. But yeah, man, I'd just like to see where it goes after the campaign, man. I would be interested to maybe buy campaign DLC for this game. Because I thought the Endless character at the end was, and all the talk about the new Endless race, could be pretty cool to experience for the first time. So I'd like to see where they go with that. And then everything I mentioned earlier in my wish list. But yeah, I didn't want this video to be too long. We're going to probably close in here around like 35 minutes. And even that's probably too long. So thanks for listening, guys. That's my Halo Infinite wish list. I hope someone hears this at 343. I'm not saying I'm the original guy that came up with these ideas too, but please at least put the map names on the loading screen, or let us vote for the map, man. Let us veto the map if we don't want to play it. I would just love to see that as a feature. Give us more flexibility to where we could assign the armor cores to different game types, or maybe just choose a random armor core. I would love that. You know, give us some new guns, please. Give us some new guns. Give us some maps that aren't Zeta Halo landscape, you know. I guess I'm just going to sit here and summarize everything I talked about, even though I don't really have to, because, you know, you were listening to the video if you're hearing this. But please, 343, add some of the stuff in, man. I feel like it could just improve the quality of life of Halo and maybe bring some people back even. But yeah, man, I just want to see this game succeed. It's got a really good foundation, man. It's just got to get there. It's just a few small updates away from fucking greatness, man. I'm telling you, that's all it takes. Just a few small updates away from greatness, man. Just add some stuff, man. Don't be afraid to get weird with it, man. Add some shit. Experiment with it. And that's all I'm going to really say, guys. I baited you with South Park. So I guess I'll talk about that really quick. I started playing South Park N64, and let me tell you guys, I'm just going to admit it, I'm done with this game. I don't want to play it anymore. It's so boring. It's so repetitive. It is just a sad excuse for a video game. It is arguably the most boring thing I've ever played in my entire life. If you don't know what it is, all you do is hold the Z button on the back of your N64 controller and shoot turkeys with snowballs, dude. That's literally all you do. I'm not even joking. Like, I beat the second level with like 200 or 300 fucking turkeys killed. It shows you the stats. And then what really got me is having to go all the way through the third map to face the fucking boss turkey at the end. He killed me once, so I was like, oh, okay, that's on me. I guess I'll go back. I guess I'll go back and do it. So I went through, and this is a long ass map, by the way. It takes forever to kill all these turkeys you have to go through. Not gonna go too long about it, but let's just say I got to the end of the boss fight, beat the boss on the 3rd level, but it doesn't let you save like it does in the other levels, man. It takes you right into the game again to these giant boss turkeys destroying the town, and you have to kill all the boss turkeys before they destroy the town. But I just fucking died again. So I was like, oh, okay, well, at least maybe I'll get a checkpoint and I can continue playing. I was so done playing this too because it was like midnight. But it doesn't give you a checkpoint, man. It makes you start at the beginning of level 3, and that's where I was just like, okay, I am not doing this for a 3rd time. This game can go fuck itself. I'm just gonna look it up. So I guess here's my South Park review, guys. I'm going to do it in this video. So it's a piece of shit. All it has going for it is bleeped out edgy words and the edginess of South Park. That's all it literally was. That's the big selling point. That's all it does well. And it doesn't even do it that well because that humor doesn't age well, in my opinion. But that's it, man. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck South Park N64. That fucking game is terrible. We're going to play something else throughout the week here. I'm not sure what it is yet. It could be Limbo. It could be something else. Or maybe I'll just continue playing multiplayer games and then talk about zombies this coming weekend. But that's it, guys. Not going to go on too long. This is already too long as it is. Please, 343, if somebody hears this at Bungie. Yeah, if somebody hears this at Bungie, the guys that haven't developed Halo in over a decade, if somebody hears it at Bungie, just let somebody at 343 or Microsoft know that these changes really could benefit the game, man. I just want to see it succeed better and just bring that quality of life up, man. I really feel like these could be some W changes for Halo. But that's it, guys. Jerry App's going to sign off here. Thanks for listening. Take care. Please, 343, implement these changes. Peace.